the size of that pufferfish. That's the biggest pufferfish I've ever seen. Oh my gosh, it's massive. That was probably not the reaction the pufferfish was expecting to its highly advanced defense mechanism.
Wait till those awful humans see my spikes of doom.
It's giant!
Shocking video of new UFO sighting. New video of UFO presents compelling case, journalist says. That journalist is Jeremy Corbell, and this is the latest military video to be released to the public showing what people believe is a Tic Tac UFO. We have a lot of videos of UFOs out there. I show a lot of them on this channel, but videos released by the military are few and far between, and that is why this is such a huge story.
That took off earlier.
The way it moves side to side is quite striking. That ping pong ball, Tic Tac UFO type movement that we hear about. Look at the way this craft climbs, then comes to a dead stop, and then moves laterally. That is remarkable to me. And I'm not sure what known craft we have that can move in such a way. I will play the video again and read the information about the object from Corbell. In 2023, the US Navy encountered 4 Tic Tac shaped UAPs off the coast of California. Personnel from the USS Jackson in the CIC filmed them. One of the vehicles of unknown origin was observed exiting the water, transitioning directly into flight, demonstrating transmedium capability. No flight control surfaces or conventional propulsion signatures were detected. The UAPs executed an observed instantaneous synchronized departure. Operator, purpose, capability, origin, and intent are unknown. The craft remain unidentified. And so whenever you get a video like this, some people are amazed by it, and some of the comments are amazed. Some other people just say it's a black dot and are not impressed. But this is the latest military release of a suspected Tic Tac UFO. Let me know your thoughts. Something truly terrifying is going on. Millions of bees have died this year, worst bee loss in recorded history. You may wonder why those things that sting you on your neck when you're minding your own business in the park dying is a bad thing. And yes, I squealed like a pig. The US beekeeping industry is in crisis over the shocking and unexplained deaths of hundreds of millions of bees over the last 8 months. The data is showing us this is the worst bee loss in recorded history. Researchers are struggling to understand what are causing their deaths. Well, that's reassuring.
$1 million in dead honeybee colonies looks like. And this. And this. Absolutely devastating. In the last 90 days, the United States has seen historic losses of honeybee colonies. Here we see, over the last 8 months, 1.12 million beehives, 68% of all the bees in the United States are dead.
So the experts don't know why this is happening. They're guessing weather patterns. They're basically farting in the wind, is the technical scientific term. Bees play a critical role in US food production. In addition to making honey, they pollinate 75% of fruits, nuts, and vegetables grown in the US. That's 15 billion worth of crops. Blake Shook, one of the nation's top beekeepers, said the current losses are unsustainable. Winnie the Pooh is losing his mind right about now. And if predictions are correct, we may be looking at the complete eradication of honeybee colonies.
And then right below that, the 12-month total estimate is over 80% of all bees lost. Combined losses over the last 12 months, 70 to 100%. That is insane.
When I was younger, son, we had things called bees. There's been so much strangeness in the world recently, like drones flying over cities, probably weather patterns. So why is this mass bee death happening now? When you want to kill the food supplies in America so your corporations can make fake chicken and beef?
Does that look normal to y'all? Like, I don't remember me ever doing that. Like, I just cut this in half.
How many grams of protein in that, bro? My dad nearly lost all his bee colonies too. First time ever he experienced such devastation. And that is in Greece. Something is truly going on. When the bees go, we need to find out immediately. So I'll get to it tomorrow. Time to go down this rabbit hole, bee hole, and look at some of the theories out there on the internet as to why this crazy event is happening. When we think about weather patterns, regular viewers of this channel will know that I've shown some strange weather phenomena in recent videos. For example, the fog, that some people believe was chemical in nature. I looked at the fog in this video.
It's crazy foggy right now. But that's not the weird part. It smells like after you set off a bunch of fireworks.
Americans alarmed by chemical fog spreading across the US. Phenomenon sparks bioweapon conspiracy theories after drone sighting. I feel like it might have just been fog, but other people disagree. Could any of these strange phenomena be linked to the bee deaths? Some people believe they are, and that something sinister is going on. Microplastics are another theory, which are tiny particles of plastics that do not dissolve and are consumed by bees, which become a risk to their health and to humans. Chewing gum may release thousands of microplastics into saliva.
Microplastics in human blood for the very first time may lodge in organs. And it's not like 5% of people or 10% of people. It's found in 80% of the people that they tested. 80% of us are made up of carrier bags.
There are so many theories out there. I don't know what's causing the bee deaths. Even the experts don't. They're guessing at weather patterns. But what we do know is if this continues, it is about to get very interesting. This is weird. A news story has broken where an unidentified object crashed through the steel roof of a car repair shop in Magnolia, New Jersey, 9th of April 2025. The impact is on camera, described as a giant fireball, and left considerable damage. But here's the weird thing. When the owner went to investigate whatever had caused the damage, was gone. The object is mysteriously missing.
In the small town of Magnolia in South Jersey, there's a lot of talk about this. Around 2:30 Wednesday morning, residents were woken up by a loud boom. When Sebastian Leonardo arrived at his auto body shop in Atlantic Avenue later that morning,
that's when I looked up and I saw the giant hole up there in the ceiling.
People are commenting if this were a meteorite or some other object crashing into the shop, it would leave debris and still be there, but it's not. The owner has found nothing. This happened at 2:25 AM. You can see the fireball and other cameras record the impacts. Here is the news story.
A sizable dent in a thick steel gauge box. Yeah, and so that's when I went to my cameras and I found all the videos and realized what had actually happened. You know, it's like the giant flash outside and then the impact in here.
This picture shows the damage and the impact area. What could have caused such damage and simply disappeared? This is really mysterious. You know what I'm thinking? It's a truly weird story. Let me know what you think could be going on. Thank you so much for watching. See you soon.